Now for your forecast first, WRBL News 3 First Alert Weather.
Good afternoon, I'm meteorologist Jeff Kelly. We're tracking Hurricane Michael. We have been for several days, but it's closing in on Panama City at a Category 4 hurricane. Currently 150-mile-per-hour winds. We've updated that since we last talked here, too. Moving to the north, as you can see, a very wide band. Some of these outer bands are already affecting our viewing area as it moves inland. It's about 40 miles right now south of Panama City, and you can see the rainfall already. This is just the start. We've got more rain coming and the strong gusty winds. Here's something we're paying attention to. Making landfall here probably in the next 2.5 hours or so, we're thinking. And as it does, it's going to make a right turn. This is what's changed from the National Hurricane Center. They're now saying this is going to hold together for places like Randolph County, Clay, Quitman, and Webster and Sumter County into a Category 2. So these strong gusty winds, at least projected, could be even stronger than we originally thought. 100 and 120 mile per hour winds for a fairly short duration, we think. And there you can see those tropical storm force winds, fairly strong, going right through some of our viewing area, mainly to the southeast. We'll have more on this forecast. Cody Nick will be joining me in the Weather Center in just a few minutes. Right now, the news starts now.
On your side, this is News 3 Midday.
Good afternoon. Welcome to News 3, your #1 source for midday news. I'm Greg Loyd. And we are tracking Michael this midday with live coverage. WRBL News 3 is all over the region with live team coverage this midday. Hurricane Michael has the potential to pack a powerful punch, as you just heard Jeff say, well beyond the coastline, right into our area. We'll start this afternoon's coverage live in Americus, where we're just hours away from feeling the effects of Michael hitting that area. News 3's Ashley Garrett is live in Sumter County with more. Ashley?
Rick, I'm live now at the Sumter County EMA, and as you can see behind me, things are pretty calm. The rain is starting to come down and winds are starting to pick up just a bit, but according to representatives with the EMA, things could start to pick up in the next couple hours around 3 p.m. I'm actually joined now by Nigel Poole. He's the director for the Sumter County EMA. How are you today, Nigel?
Hey, I'm good. Thanks for having me.
You're very welcome. So when I checked in with you yesterday, you were saying that winds could pick up to about 50 miles per hour. We can get up to 6 inches of rain, but that has since changed.
Absolutely. Due to the strengthening of Michael, we've had a anticipated wind speed up to around 70 miles per hour upwards, with gusts exceeding that. We're also anticipating a little bit more rainfall with this. We are encouraging everyone here to know that we are going to have to suspend our emergency service vehicles if the wind gets above 40 miles per hour, and we are likely to suspend them for several hours.
Gotcha, Nigel. And I know there was some miscommunication about evacuations, there being a mandatory evacuation, but that is not true. In the event there is a need for folks to evacuate, where do they need to go, though?
We're recommending that if people have relatives or friends that live north of Macon and they're able to travel right now, to reach out to them and see if there's room in their houses. This is not a mandatory evacuation, as you just said. It's recommended, though, if you can get away from it, to get away from it. This is a nasty storm. Like I said, we're expecting trees down like we've never seen.
Gotcha. And just to reiterate, that window of opportunity is getting smaller. 3 p.m. is when those effects could roll in, right?
It could roll in as soon as that. Yes, ma'am.
Gotcha, Nigel. Thank you so much for your time. And guys, we just want to reiterate for those parents who may be wondering what's going to be happening with Sumter County schools. Schools are going to be closed throughout the remainder of the week. I just wanted to give that reminder, Greg, before I send things back to you. Live in Sumter County and on your side, I'm Ashley Garrett for WRBL News 3.
Okay, Ashley, thank you for that live report. And our live team coverage continues right now. We're crossing from the Georgia side of the viewing area over into Alabama. Barber County is also among the areas in the local region bracing for Michael's impact. News 3's Jesselyn Adams is live now in Eufaula with the latest there. Good afternoon, Jesselyn.
Good afternoon, Greg. We are here at the Emergency Management Agency, Barber County, here in Eufaula, where their folks out here are bracing for impact. Right now, I'm joined with Sergeant Donald Brown with the Eufaula Police Department. Sergeant Brown, tell us, what do folks in Eufaula need to be prepared for as this storm approaches?
Well, what we want people to do is just, first of all, listen to any new broadcast that you hear about the local weather here in town. We're anticipating some strong gusty winds and of course, a lot of rain. My chief has been in touch with a lot of people from the utility side of the Eufaula. for Alabama Power, the city street departments and all that, prepare for any down power lines or trees that may happen. We want people to listen very carefully. If there's some roads closed, try not to get on those roads if at all possible. If you don't have to travel, don't travel. Stay off the roads. We're going to try to get the word out as fast as we can as far as when we get road closings and such as that nature. And we want people to just stay inside and be safe.
Absolutely. Now, it's my understanding that folks can actually follow updates by going to the Barber County EMA office on Facebook, and that y'all do offer frequent updates there, so people want to seek information, yeah?
That is correct. And of course, you can go to Eufaula Police Department Facebook page, and we'll be able to put any information that we have. As we get it, as fast as we can get it, we'll try to put it on so that you guys can, or the people in town can be able to see it and follow, and like you said, update everything that we got going on here.
Absolutely. Well, so we have seen where Barber County EMA has pushed out that there are 2 shelters at the Eufaula Community Center and the Baker Hill Community Center. So anybody who needs to seek shelter there, those are available and open. However, that post did say that people need to bring their own food. So be sure you stay safe out here. For now, Greg, I'll send things back to you in the studio. Live in Eufaula and on your side, Jesselyn Adams for WRBL News 3.
Okay, Jesselyn, we thank you for that live report. And Ashley and Jesselyn, by the way, will be in Sumter and Barber counties throughout the day and overnight to bring us continual coverage of Michael's impact. Well, one county in our viewing area this midday says a curfew will go into effect overnight as they prepare for Michael's impact. Webster County officials say that curfew will take effect from 7 tonight until 7 tomorrow morning. Additionally, the county opened a comfort shelter at 40 Cemetery Road in Preston. It opened its doors just moments ago at noon. The county adds that emergency crews will not respond if winds exceed 40 miles per hour. So residents are urged to seek shelter, plan in advance, get in a safe place, and ride out the storm. Evacuees who need a place to stay will find the doors open at the Shirley Winston Recreational Center here in Columbus. The evacuation center opened yesterday. It's located at 5025 Steam Mill Road. Officials say Shirley Winston is opening as an evacuation center rather than a shelter. That means there are no cots available. People will need to bring their own blankets, pillows, food, and other supplies and essential items that they might need. Also, the Safe House Homeless Shelter on Hamilton Road is also open now through tomorrow morning. News 3 will be with you to help keep you safe from the storm and informed throughout Michael's track through our area and beyond. You can get instant access to the latest information from the First Alert Weather Team. We invite you to like our First Alert Facebook page and follow us on Twitter for around-the-clock updates on the storm. For weather alerts, access to radar, and forecast information 24/7, be sure that you download the WRBL weather app to your smartphone. Also, please be sure to like the WRBL News 3 Facebook page, and we are always updating information such as school closures at WRBL.com. Well, farther south, residents in Panama City Beach, Florida are bracing for the worst of Hurricane Michael. News 3's Tila Stahl live in the studio now with the latest from the Panhandle. Tila?
Greg, the Panama City area is normally known for its white sandy beaches and emerald green water. But right now, the city is facing its most serious hurricane threat ever. A Category 4 has never made landfall in the Panhandle. About 300 miles of this coastline is under a hurricane warning, and about 375,000 people have been advised to leave. Home and business owners rushed to fill sandbags and board up windows, leaving streets and even fishing docks deserted. Shelves are empty at grocery stores. Ahead of the storm, Florida Governor Rick Scott is urging people to get out.
You're on the fence about thinking about whether to evacuate, don't be on the fence. This storm can kill you.
Emergency officials aren't taking any chances. 100 troopers with the Florida Highway Patrol are headed to the state's Panhandle. Also on hand to help, search and rescue teams from states as far away as Pennsylvania and Indiana. At Tyndall Air Force Base near Panama City, officials evacuated crews and fighter jets. Governor Scott has activated 2,500 National Guard troops to respond to Hurricane Michael. Greg?
Thank you, Tila. Well, still to come on News 3 Midday. Michael has grabbed most of the headlines, but Auburn held runoff elections yesterday. We've got complete results when News 3 Midday returns.